live at Traders Post for September 5th, 2025. I'm one of your traders, Tom Hartman, alongside Mike NQ Sniper Christensen, co-founder and CSO of Traders Post. Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as Traders Post, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, crypto, options, Traders Post got you covered. And today we're trading prop firm accounts. Today, Mike, we have a bunch of jobs data that came out that seems to be moving markets here. We have,
to say the
least, we have average hourly earnings that came out for year over year, month over month. That's down 2 basis points from 3.7, from 3.9 to 3.7. Sorry, there's 20 basis points. So this is showing us that there is a slowdown inside of the jobs market, right? That's one of the signs here we're going to be seeing today, that there's a slowdown in labor. We have the non-farm payroll report that's down. It's 22,000 versus 79,000 last time, 75,000 expected. So that's pretty brutal. Participation rate has increased slightly, so people are still trying to find jobs, but a little bit more than before, but they're not getting it. And we have the private non-farm payroll also down massively. It's at 38,000, down from 77,000 last time, 75,000 expected. Unemployment rate, it's you have the regular unemployment rate that ticked up from 4.2 to 4.3. And then you have the U6 unemployment rate that went from 7.9 to 8.1. So all around the board, not only in core jobs, but in wider jobs, we have unemployment going up. Just to contextualize this, going from 4.2 to 4.3 might not seem like a lot to an average person, but that is quite a bit when it comes to this sort of data. A 0.1% increase is a significant increase, and it's something that the Fed would take very, very seriously. As we probably all know, one of the last signs for a recession is that the unemployment rate bottoms. And so if it starts to rise, that's usually, we're right at the precipice, usually within less than 18 months, maybe even less than that, recessions can start. So bleak news for unemployment. And so what do markets do?
They go up.
They go up. Go up because the probability of a Fed cut, which was already high, is even higher still now. We're seeing within the betting markets that the odds for even a 50 basis point cut September 17th, this month, has increased pretty significantly. So I never know how to feel about that, Mike. Never know how to feel about the idea of like when bad news is good news for markets.
Yeah,
it feels very it feels very bird of prey. It's like, well, this carcass needs to be there for me to eat. So I don't know how to feel about it.
Too bad for you guys. Markets go up anyway. Yeah, obviously the weakening jobs data is not promising and a little bit concerning, to be honest. We'll want to keep an eye on that going forward. But we've now, from a technical level, started to break every resistance level that I thought was left on the chart. And we're about ready to start to reach for the sky. So we've got basically the $24,000 level, which is the next resistance level. And that's only a couple hundred points away, which is just nuts to me, 150 points away. And just a few points above that at 24,068 is the all-time high. So given how small that move is, the fact that we've already moved up 90 basis points in the open here, and the market hasn't even opened yet, it seems even possible to me that we could touch either the all-time high today or go a little bit farther. So I have a little bit of a bullish sentiment. However, I want to remain neutral because we are pretty much in very overbought territory on the 15-minute chart, on the 2-hour chart. I've got some indicators here that tell me those overbought and oversold conditions were basically overbought on the 2-hour. So I'm going to probably lean towards the short side, even if that's just fading into this long, taking a little bit of money off the table and then calling it a day. Again, we don't need to be right about the longer term move. We just need to make money in the middle.
That's right. So are you going to be, do you have a bias for the trend, or as always, look for the price, for price action?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the open. Let's give it 5 or 6 candles. It just depends on how fast momentum is going, but let's wait for a trend to establish. Maybe we'll even use an orb rule this morning just to pay attention to where support and resistance shows up, and then we'll trade the break, or at least I'll trade the break from there. I'll probably put on a small scalp trade right off the bat if I sense a direction that has enough momentum. And what I love about those right at the open is it satisfies my urge to be in a trade, but it's only $40 of risk and $40 of upside. So at least if I'm right more than I'm wrong, then I can still make some money. I just need more than a 50% win rate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we will be touching on some of the other macro events that are happening. There's things happening in the Bitcoin, on the dollar. But before we do, I just want to mention here that we are trading prop firm accounts, Mike and I. It's not what you necessarily need to do when you're using the Traders Post platform. You can use all kinds of different signal sources, all kinds of different accounts. We have over 40 connections available on Traders Post, so you can always feel free to dive in. 1 second here. On Traders Post, on our connections tab, you'll be able to see we trade stocks, futures, options, and crypto across many of your favorite brokers, as well as a growing list of prop firms that are available. So you can head over to traderspost.io/connections in order to see if yours is integrated there. I'm personally using Top Step right now for my prop firm accounts. Mike is using a mix of other brands, but what's interesting is that using the Traders Post backend, we're able to create strategies that then connect to these different accounts. So over here, I have my prop firm strategy, and right now I only have one subscription assigned to that, but I can always go ahead and subscribe other accounts, other prop firms, even completely. I don't even have to do prop firm. I can even add other accounts that other futures accounts, and the same signal will be copied from the one signal will be copied across all those different accounts, which allows you to scale your potential profits in an asymmetrical way, because your cost when you're dealing with your prop firm account is just the cost for the account, whatever you're paying for it. But the idea that you can chain together 2, 5, 10, 20 accounts together, and then the one signal goes through and gets copied across them all, well, then now your efforts are being leveraged. So you get to leverage your wins while your downside losses are totally predictable and limited, which is what I love about Traders Post, guys. That's like what is fantastic about it. Before, when I learned about prop firms, I wasn't really interested. I just felt like, okay, well, if I do succeed, my upside is like this, and I go, okay, I might as well just trade my own money. I felt better that way. But seeing the interviews you've done, Mike, with different people from different walks of life, different sorts of styles, using prop firms in order to actually make more money for their family and for themselves, from the comfort of their own homes, I just find this to be absolutely amazing. And I'm sure you're seeing you've gotten the prop firm bug as well.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I've done 6 or 7 interviews at this point on the Traders Post channel of other prop firm traders that have been successful at this. And, there's a lot of advantage to taking this approach. It gives you an opportunity to practice in one of the most risky and dangerous markets in the world, without getting real money lost out of your account at that size. You can go open a $10,000 futures account today, and the only requirement you're going to have is that you have to meet margin requirements for position size. But intraday, it doesn't require much margin to put on 1 to 4 NQ contracts, and you can blow up that account in the same day, depending on how fast things are moving. Now, if you take that same $10,000 and invest monthly in a small number of prop firm accounts, your risk of ruin is much, much smaller in my mind. And it gives you that opportunity to practice, but still get rewarded for your efforts if you're good at what you're doing. And that's primarily the process of risk management. The key here is obviously getting to a point where you're not putting massive size on, you're scaling down, you're looking for great openings, and you're managing risk effectively. I like to say, stop trying to be a trader and start being a risk manager.
That's right. Well, we have 7 minutes onto the open, and I just want to again make this analogy for to me, trading feels like the best video game in the world, and it finally clicked in my head why I think prop firms are so interesting. So when you're playing a normal video game, you have the normal quests and missions or whatever that you're doing, but prop firms feel like bonus challenges. It's like, okay, you gotta make this amount in this amount of time with this amount of difficulty with these weights on you, and it's sort of like, hey, can you platinum this game? Can you get these achievements? Can you get these unlocks? And if you do, you're essentially a higher tier of gamer than somebody who doesn't do it. One, you have to take on the challenge because it's not mandatory, and two, you get these bragging rights afterwards, which feels like what it is for the prop firm stuff. The prop firm trading, it is threading a needle compared to, hey, if I'm willing to hold a 80% drawdown on my account, I also could be a pretty good trader. I just have to buy and not worry about my drawdowns. But the idea that you have to make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time with a certain amount of risk on the table makes it so that you have to walk this tightrope a bit. And so when you succeed on it, there's a sense of success that feels like when I platinum a game on PlayStation or get an achievement on Xbox or whatever. It feels the same way.
I like it. I can get on board.
Which is why I don't play video games anymore, and I just do trading. Because video games don't pay me money. Thank you very much.
I mean, unless you go to the pros, right? I mean, I guess there is a way to make money playing video games, and for a while that wasn't really a thing. But in this case, the markets are always going to have, you always have an opportunity to get paid from the markets if you have the ability to identify setups and manage risk.
Speaking of getting paid, we have Bitcoin that might be showing a bottom. I've talked about this on after hours last week, where we were bouncing off a nearby trend level. But what's the most interesting to me is the idea of the amount of leverage that's currently inside of the crypto space. And so on Binance, OKX, and Bybit, there was about $18 billion to $20 billion worth of shorts that were on the books, even as the Bitcoin price has fallen down, and we only had about $100 million worth of longs. So we were about like 100 to 200 times more short than long, which is exactly the tinder that you need in order to move the price. Now, even if you're not trading futures, guys, the market is moved that way. So even when you're trading Bitcoin or crypto on prop firm accounts, this sort of data does matter in the same way that options information affects how futures and stocks behave. And so we had a move now off the bottom of what is this? Something along the lines of 5%. And so it's about $1 billion of liquidations per percent move in Bitcoin. It's about that. And the fact that we're still at around $18 billion short while we're 5% up means that we're potentially in a short squeeze situation here with Bitcoin. Because these liquidations happen obviously automatically once they get liquidated. The next batch of liquidations will happen if Bitcoin gets to the 114 level. Then we're going to get a few more billion wiped off the table, which would bring us back up to 116, 117, which is, to me, pretty interesting. And we're flying towards my weekly level of 199 on Bitcoin, which $18 billion more of liquidations. That is 18% move on Bitcoin. That could bring us up to, if that all got liquidated, 18% would bring us to around 132,000 on Bitcoin. So to me, 119 is like easy to get to, especially now that we're seeing what could be all-time highs with NASDAQ, which just blows my mind compared to what we were just at September 2nd. We were looking at the downside risk towards 23. What was it? Actually, no, 23 is what you called. 23,000 is what you called on the NASDAQ. That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
And what a bounce from there.
It wicked it. It wicked my bottom. 23,000 was the major support level on my 2-hour chart. I'm constantly watching support and resistance on 2-hour and on the daily, of course. and it bounced right off of that $23,000 line, and we've just been skyrocketing since then, up 800 points since that point. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting season from here. Question on the Bitcoin side: what's the lowest price you ever paid for a Bitcoin?
Oh, I try not to think about that.
It's such a
4,000.
nightmare, right? About
I had
4,000.
tons of, yeah, 4,000.
So you got in right around what, 2015, 2016 then?
No, after the crash, so 2018.
2018. I see.
Yeah.
So you waited for the $20,000 peak and then bought in that trough.
I only found out about Bitcoin when it was in the trough.
I see. I remember that Thanksgiving and Christmas when Bitcoin hit all-time highs. It was the first time I ever had a family discussion about Bitcoin. I'm like, this is how you know you're at the top. This is how you know.
Right before market opens here, we have the dollar that is it fell again. We're still in the consolidation zone, but it is showing signs of weakness. So this obviously is on the heels of move up in equities. You're going to have a corresponding move in the dollar. All right, we have 15 seconds before takeoff. I should be short here, so I will be entering a short even at open because hey, the downside could be pretty significant.
Okay, let's get prepped here. Nice gap open. We've got about a 75 basis point gap from yesterday's close. And as I always say, there's a pretty good chance that gaps get filled. I'm going to get my scalping lines prepared. And I'm going to try to pick up some 40 point or some 20 point moves, excuse me. But I want to wait at least a few minutes from the open to see where we're going.
Wow, look at that. Let's see if the short pays off. All right, I'm in the money, move to break even. And it just bounced up and closed it. All right, I'm glad I moved my break even stop. Easy scalp on that one.
What'd you pick up there?
$20.
Not bad. Keep the risk low.
Yeah.
Volatility's moving here.
We have a low.
Any issues with the TradingView alerts, or excuse me, the TradingView alerts?
It took a little bit longer than normal to. Oh wait, they're all firing now. No, I guess I'm not having any problems now.
I am. I'm not getting my line alert to fire.
Oh no, I am having a problem. The alert that just popped up was the old one that didn't show up before.
I see.
Okay, so congestion.
Still not seeing the signal. Oh, that one might have been a complete failure. I dropped the line, I saw it fire, and it still didn't send it. Okay, there we go.
Are you long or short?
I'm short. I'm going to take a quick scalp here. I see it pulling down below VWAP, heading towards the gap. And I'm just picking up a quick $40 across all the accounts. If I can make it.
Peter says, LFG, looking for group.
Looking for growth. That's what that means, right?
Looking for growth, yeah. Interesting.
It does feel a little different here now. Getting up a little, getting up at the same time, but the sun's starting to take a little longer to rise. It feels like I'm trading at night now in the mornings.
Does that feel better?
Is this the London session? Is this what everybody's talking about?
Right.
Kidding. I don't know. I kind of like the sunlight while I'm trading, so it feels like I need more coffee to wake up.
But sunlight doesn't match the mood of despair that sometimes happens with trading.
Fair enough. All right, we're bouncing around VWAP here. I'm not a fan of this move so far.
No.
We're pretty much right at break even from my scalping trade. And S1 is at 817. So I'm expecting that if we do fall, we might see an immediate bounce effectively off of the electronic VWAP.
Right, at
Which is
23.
perfect because I'll
8.
make profits already on my scalp in that time. I only need $10 more.
Right.
If you guys look in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see all of my Apex accounts. Now I'm trading across multiple firms for all of my signals. If you see here on the screen, I'm trading the same size across all these accounts, one micro at a time. And it has a take profit and a stop loss set with the broker, so I don't have to worry about my entry or my exit. And each one of these trades is executed across some Elite Trade funding accounts, Apex accounts, Tradeify accounts, and some Take Profit Trader accounts. So 4 different prop firms in the same trade at the same time. And interestingly, many of these trades actually, because of that delay with TradingView, got positive slippage behind them. You can see my slippage here in this little pill. There's a number here on the right-hand side that shows that I made $5.25 of positive slippage for this entry based on where my signal was when I placed the line on the chart. That's unusual. I usually see about $1 slippage in either direction, but to get the extra positive slippage is great. And there we go. So that positive slippage actually gave me a little more profit on each of those trades. I've now picked up $50 across each account. All right, so it kind of felt like it was already oversold. I'm not sure if I'm ready to establish a position just yet. I want to keep an eye on whether we're really going to break below VWAP here. But I'm going to get the short position lines prepared. This is a separate strategy that trades micros in all the accounts, but at different position sizes depending on the drawdown of each account. If I have less drawdown, I only trade 1 micro. If I have more drawdown available to me, I'll trade 3 micros at a max. And I like to build the position up by starting in legs. So right now I'm going to start the first leg of this trade right below VWAP. We'll see if I get entered into this position. I'm going to turn off the chop scalp lines because I'm just going to trade this position now, or this strategy type. And if it pushes up just a little bit more, it should fill my position. And like I said, it's different sizes in each account.
This is the part I always, between the two of us, I haven't really understood this idea. If you're going to enter a short below VWAP, why not enter it now and then have a stop higher, because you're still risking anyway?
True. Sometimes I do, but I'm just noticing we're not falling fast enough for me to want to join the trend. And it looks like it's trying to bounce and retest VWAP right now. So I want to catch it just slightly higher.
Let's see.
If I can't, I'm just going to go ahead and set the line and put my first leg in. And then maybe if it does decide to bounce back to VWAP, I'll add the second leg later.
Because I always like entering.
Look how close that is. I cannot get this position.
I like entering when the price retraces to the 15-minute VWAP in the opposite. Oh no, I did not want to get in now. No.
Did you just trigger an alert?
I just triggered a trade.
Got it.
In the wrong direction.
Okay, so I'm in. I'm going to set my stop above VWAP here, and I'll move it to break even if we can get past the electronic VWAP.
Well, that was very silly of me. Don't do the same thing I did, folks. I moved the line while I was on the 15-minute chart as opposed to the 1-minute chart. And so the alert triggered on that candle, which is right away, as opposed to 15-minute.
So one way I help with that, Tom, is by using the visibility tool, which locks in my lines to the chart where I know I want to move my lines. That way I don't even see them on the 15-minute chart.
Yeah, so I had that before. The problem I have with that is that sometimes the line is too far away, and I'm like
Mm,
scrolling trying to figure out where it is. So normally I have the habit of on the 15-minute drag it to where I want it to be, and then on the 1 minute move it. I just dropped it at the wrong location.
got it. This feels pretty low ATR. Yeah, we're at 46, and it seems like it's falling a little bit here. If we're going to see some price action, it would need to fall pretty rapidly below VWAP here. This
Yeah,
is
because
starting to feel
otherwise,
like we might find support here and then bounce again, just like yesterday, where it
that's
felt
right.
like it was going to short from the open and ended up pushing above VWAP again. So I kind of want to be real careful here to take profits quickly or just get out of the trade. Yeah, let me just break even on that and I'll try again.
Yeah, I'm almost looking to go long here.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what has me a little bit worried. Is it could be a similar trade to yesterday, and I kind of did the same thing yesterday, where I looked for where the reversal was going to be, and I tested 1, 2, 3, and then I ended up getting busy on a call and didn't see this fourth one here, so I wasn't able to take that long. That's the first attempt right here. This is looking like the bulls are trying to step back in and push us above VWAP. Now, if this gets invalidated, then I might get back into the short. I broke even on that first trade. So I'm still at $50 for the day. Right back to VWAP.
I don't know what to believe with these signals on my chart because my strategy was trying to go short this entire way up, and it failed every single step of the way. But maybe we needed the opening volume for the price to move lower. Oh, no, I'm about to get stopped out. And now my strategy switched to long.
Not surprising. This is already really bullish for the day. Uptrend move is great, but I'm still expecting we pull back a little bit. We gotta retrace a bit. Okay, there's the next candle. Still below VWAP. It didn't push above. I might go ahead and try it again here.
Swim against the rapids, Mike. Swim against the rapids.
I often do. That's what I like about short. Nope, never mind. That's the reason I got out right there.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
currently
so
long.
you decided to get long there?
Well, it switched automatically. My strategy just switched.
Oh,
it.
I see. Yeah. Nice work. Okay, I want to wait for this to candle. Excuse me. I want to wait for this candle to close and see if I'm going to join you on getting long.
What's been fun with doing the semi-automated strategy is that I trade the same account with the automated strategies taking trades, and then I'm also manually trading it. And so if my strategy goes, no, Tom, you're wrong, it'll like undo my whatever trade I'm in and go into the other direction. And I sort of like let it be. I sort of go, okay, fine. If the strategy decided it wanted to go long, let it close out of my position. So it feels like there's two Toms trading at the same time, and one has a veto power.
A veto power.
Yeah.
This is separation of governmental structure here. I like it.
That's right. Because the automated Tom has no emotion.
It's true.
So let him be judge.
He does. Remember, your emotions still play a role in the automated trading. If you go in there and pull the plug on an automated trading strategy, then you've allowed your emotions to step in.
That's true.
The biggest risk to a working automated strategy is you.
My finger's hovering over the disable button, just ready to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to be kind of forced to play a role here, aren't I?
Yeah. I mean, we're right in a little bit short-term resistance, right at 23,885. But if it breaks there, why not?
I'll give it a try.
Minutes on a doji.
Yeah, I see that here. I see the doji candle, minute 37 left. And and I kind of anticipated that we might have this. So I'm gonna buy this pullback candle right now. Watch me get wicked. There it goes. Okay, so I got that entry. That's the first leg of a long, but I'm going to place the stop on the other side, getting prepared for the market to say, just kidding, we're going to go short.
Right.
We've seen this happen a number of times. All right, I like it there. Good initial candle. Nice bounce off of VWAP. 48 seconds left on the 15. All right, so where are we going, Tom? If we're going to push up from here, you think we're gonna hit the highs? R1, or we're going to hit the all-time high?
There's nothing stopping it. I don't see anything.
Yeah, if the market's trying to price in a 25 basis point cut and it's expecting cost of capital goes down, so ultimately earnings are going to go up in the next quarter, all good things. It spells good things for businesses, that's for sure, even if it is an initial sign of potential recession.
Well, the recession, like labor going down, is actually positive for the books, for the company. They get to lay off people, and that's one of their main the main costs.
Sure.
So
sure,
it's just bad for people.
That's right. The everyday.
No. Sell signal on the 1 minute. Don't tell me that. Come on, keep pushing.
Interesting. Are we doing it? Oh, we're doing it. We're going the other way now.
Darn you. Well, that's the beginning of chop, and I don't feel like jumping into that. 25 seconds for the candle to close. Let's see.
Okay, let's see what the 15-minute tells us.
And normally my strategy should automatically make me go short if it does think it's going to be short. So it helps me stay out of my emotions. Unless it completely breaks through and the short signal doesn't fire, then I'm going to be angry, flip my table, and swear off trading.
I don't blame you. This can be a very frustrating game, especially if it chops like this in the open. All right, I've got my exit above these candles up here, and I put one leg short. I'm now 2 legs short. Usually when I see retraces like this and a rejection of a trend on the other side, it means my confidence goes up that it's the other direction, but I think I may have been wrong on that one. I'm not sure.
Wait, you're still long, right?
Nope.
You went short?
I went short, sir. Mechanical. I try to remain mechanical.
Right, because if the trend happens, then you don't care.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling like there could be a short-term retrace before we push higher here for the rest of the session. I just want to capture as much of that as I can. So far, the candles are starting to point in that direction.
Yeah, we're below the 15-minute VWAP. Well, we're oscillating around it.
15-minute candles are definitely also spelling out a top here. That doji shows some indecision.
Oh, I guess you're right.
But there again, I'm going to have to get ready to take a little bit of an L here. Trying to keep my losses really tight for the day. So far, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, I've got about $160 in the red, and I'll take it to about 200 or 300 and then call it if I have to.
What about the 2-hour candle to you? Just the bullishness of it doesn't make you just go, okay, forget what's going on the 15?
Well, we're almost at the top of this regression trend on the 2-hour. The top of the regression trend would be at 927, and we almost wicked that at 903. Nice. So that to me spells that it could pull back temporarily before pushing up again. We have 2 major support levels below, which could continue the trend, but it could pull back to 819 or 702 before it does that.
Right.
This is also the 786 retrace line that we're on right now on the 2-hour chart. So if this is a pullback from the all-time high, we're at the 786. Now 786 is not as reliable of a retrace level. I like the 618 better. The fact that it's pushing farther and farther tells me that it's still very bullish. But again, I'm just trying to see if I can make a little money to the downside before it pushes higher.
What's your ultimate downside projection? Let's say we knife all the way down. What would be the low for you?
As far as the trend goes, I have no idea where my take profit is, if that's what you're asking.
No, like if the sky opens up and the floor bottoms out, I think we could go down to 23,528. That would be my ultimate low for.
Hang on, I got to get out. This candle is here now is pushing above VWAP. That invalidates my short, and I'm taking a little more risk than I want to now. Okay, that's down 300 for the day. If I take any more trades here, I'm going to have to switch to chop scalping because I don't want to take it much more risk than that.
Right.
So we'll switch to the I'll switch to my little 20-point moves, and we'll see where this goes now.
I can't imagine what this 2-hour candle could close at if we break up higher. It could be just some sick candle.
So I'm still being mechanical. I'm just going to go long now that we're above VWAP. I'm keeping the risk pretty tight in these tiny little scalping trades. I know this is chop because we're not really establishing a trend on either side of VWAP. So I have some opportunity here to pick up a little cash for these small little moves. Let me actually erase that, come back to this bottom here because that's actually technically lower.
Well, I'm looking for a break of 23,885. Come on. That would be great. Although
okay, so those two played out. I had two more chop scalp trades that helped offset my losses a little bit. We'll go ahead and add to it again. See if the direction continues. And then I want to add another one at the bottom of this regression trend. I could also try one more time to say, well, once I start moving out of the losses here, to start building up a long position now that it's starting to give us a little more confirmation that we're going to push higher. But I just don't like the lack of follow through here. If we're going to do it, then do it, Tom.
Well, I mean, are you seeing any bearish pressure other than being overbought and everything? I'm not really seeing the bearish pressure now.
I mean, only from a technical perspective, we're just in these overbought areas and it's showing that. Oh, there you go. Here it goes again.
Break even. Wow.
See, now what is this? It wants to break to the downside. These bearish candles are definitely saying we're trying to push away from VWAP, but then the buyers keep stepping in. So I guess it's just a question of buyer exhaustion at this point.
Huh. Well,
all right, let's
Jesus.
I might have to. Let's zoom out just a little bit though. We got this high and we have this low. If this is the orb, then we're going to need to wait for a break of VWAP.
I always think about when you have that steady uptrend in the overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's institutional buying. That's not retail trading. So then do they want to sell off during the day in order to capture that profit from the move up? Like I never really, or they're just getting into their long position that they're going to have for months. I never know what that means.
I'm not sure I do either. Because there's so many other participants at the open. It's so hard to glean what the main reasoning is. You know, there's overnights that are getting flushed out. There's rotation taking place,
Right.
hedging taking place. It's just there's so many reasons to be long or short here.
Oh my God, what is happening? More chop.
So I'm going to try to sit on my hands until we can break high and low here.
Do you have orders prepared for those levels?
None yet. No, I want to react. I want to wait. I'm trying not to make a decision just yet.
Right.
Just because I'm still neutral. I've tried several times now. At this point, my win rate is 33%. So I'd like to be more right than wrong. There's still bearish candles on the 15 though. Just taking a look at this on the higher time frame.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. My strategy would say stay short this whole time.
Stay short, yeah. I mean, I think we took the right short at the beginning there. We need to see follow through, Tom.
Well, I'm short right now because
Okay.
I can't go short later.
I'm going to go short as well. Let's try it one more time. Putting a little more risk on the table. I don't like it, but I'll try it.
I'll take a Trump tweet right about now. So, oh, the numbers were incorrect.
Can we bomb Iran again? That was a good trade.
That was an unbelievable
really
trade.
good trade. I think we live streamed that too. I was like, is there news? Yes,
That's
there
right.
is news.
That's right.
Okay, markets. What are we doing?
I'm not even I don't see the flag pattern. I don't see any of these patterns. All I see is the short signal on the 15-minute. That's all I'm really going off of.
So Peter's cracking up now because this is exactly the frustration of any trader right now, is just sitting here watching it wobble back and forth instead of actually going in direction.
Peter says we need a supervised full self-trading system, AI system.
Who's long or short? We got 6 people watching, or at least a handful of people watching. Are you guys long or short? Comment in, let us know. Or are you guys smart enough to avoid this chop?
I never encourage Peter to start trading himself with prop firms, because there's no part of me that would be okay with him succeeding over me.
I've watched brand new people open prop firm accounts and use ChatGPT as a guide. And in one instance, the trader got some advice from ChatGPT to put on 10 ES contracts as their first trade. 10. And they made $1,000, or no, sorry, they made $2,000 in about a second because volatility was so high at that moment. I was like, get out of your position. Mike Moore says he's avoiding. Yeah, I don't blame you. This is a choppy open here. Good choice.
Elijah says to let's go. I agree. Come on, man. Price just needs to move here. What's going on?
Well, if we can't push to the downside, then I'm going to go ahead and make a call for the rest of the session that we're going to push up to the, we're going to be above 24,000 by the end of the day.
I agree. Come on. I just got a buy signal on the 1 minute.
Awesome. That's great news for me. I like that for my short.
Well, we've gotten several of those where it's this. Well, I'll show you. So it just does on the 1 minute, just gives me this the chop area, but it doesn't mean that anything for the trend. It's still short on the 15.
Yep. Yeah, looking at the 15 again, we got what amounts to the potential of another doji forming if it pushes a little higher from here. And I don't like it, Tom. I'm going to be in the wrong direction again.
Yeah.
Why, oh, why didn't I go long, short, instead of short, long?
Okay, I'm adding that to the list. Guys, I have a list of my favorite Mike sayings.
For choppy openings, choose your first leg wisely.
All right. Why didn't I go long, short, long, short instead of short, long?
Okay. Are we past the first? We're past the first 15 minutes. This is usually where people stop or start allowing themselves to trade because they try to avoid the choppiness and the sweeps and the flush outs of the morning. So are the sellers now going to show up? A lot of people set rules to avoid the first 30 minutes of the session, sometimes the first 15. And right when we hit the 30-minute mark there and the opening of this next candle, I'm starting to see some selling. This is fantastic. Let's go. I just got wicked into my second leg, which I had below VWAP.
Oh, I thought you were scalping.
No. I'm building a position again.
Right. Okay. All right. Great. Then we're not alone. I'm not alone.
I'd like to see if we can at least break even for the day. I'll call it for my Friday. We got plenty of other things to do here at Traders Post.
But guys, if you guys have any signals that are coming through that confirms our shorts, let us know. If it confirms a long, please keep it to yourself. Not interested in telling me the other direction.
Okay, this is looking pretty good. This is a nice candle printing below VWAP. We're starting to establish a little bit of a trend now. Starting to see the formation of the downtrend on, or the reversal, excuse me, on the 15-minute chart.
Lower high, lower low.
Mike Moore says he's in for short. Nice. On the 2-hour chart, we now see a red candle printing on that resistance band, which is now gray because it's in neutral territory. Is this support or is this resistance? Let's see.
I'm calling it. I'm going to pass my account with this one trade.
Can you do it? You don't have consistency rules?
No, I'm not even anywhere close to doing that. I've just literally been oscillating around the break even on this account.
I've been there though. I've been like I'm in the last trade required in order to get a payout, and all I needed was like $200 something in profit.
Nice.
Okay, I'm still in for short. I'm in 2 legs at this point. I think I might add a 3rd leg. But I want to see if it's going to pull up just a little bit closer to VWAP for me to catch it a little higher. And then I'm going to bring my stop loss down so I don't take too much additional loss for the day. Again, trying to keep the losses really, really tight.
Okay, let's go.
It's a boring sell-off, but it's a sell-off. Maybe. I'm pretty much at break even on my trade right now. right here at VWAP.
All right, clearly, Mike, there's a bot that's paying attention to you somewhere, and so you have to say the opposite things so that.
Oh, right. I'm
So
long
that it
here.
works.
I'm totally long right now. I'm so long, guys.
On chess streams that I watch sometimes, they'll when they know that there's a chess sniper watching their stream trading against them, they'll start calling out the opposite moves that they're planning on doing, and then win that way. I always find that to be just brilliant.
It reminds me of how people try to trick each other playing ping pong. They'll make body gestures that indicate that
Right.
they're moving to the right when they go left, and that gets pretty clever. I've seen some pretty incredible moves that way. All right, 15, a little bit better of a bearish candle there, but it's starting to form what looks like a hammer as well. If it goes a little higher.
Yeah. So it's too young of a candle.
Too young. Let's give it some time. We're not really pushing off as far as I'd like, but this is the longest trend so far from the open. The other downtrend, uptrend, were much shorter in time and interval. So maybe this is finally the formation we were hoping for. Oh, it's so annoying. Look at that. I was off. I was off on my third leg there by, I think, there we go. Just wicked in.
So we can bounce as high as 23,857 and still be in this downtrend. Where's your stop?
Let me do some math. 23,864.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty tight. I see these candles forming off of the S1 line on the higher time frame. So if we pull back from here, it's going to be because we now have found resistance here at the 23,815 line, and we're going to pull down to potentially 23.7.
23.7. Okay, yeah, I could see that.
It's not a huge move, but it's enough to make a little money today.
I have 23.5, 28 as my low level there. So we'll see.
Okay, I'm almost out of the hole. Got a couple $100 left, and I'll be back to break even for the day.
I love how you don't believe in jinxing. I never like call anything before it's done because I always believe the universe is against me.
Nah. I figured out a long time ago, it doesn't matter what I say, these things are going to happen regardless. I'm not superstitious when it comes to markets.
Well, then you didn't grow up with a West Indian mother, clearly.
I did not. I'm about as white as they come, Tom. Very nice bearish candle on the 15 now. 8 minutes left. We're starting to push below. I'm getting closer to my break even for the day. Now we actually wicked on that last 1 minute candle. We actually wicked to my break even line. But like I told you, I don't have a take profit yet on this trade. I'm just going to ride it until the trend is done. Let me throw on the trailing stop alert. I like this indicator for its ability to trail on a short based on ATR. And I just want to see where it calculates.
Ooh, sell signal development on the 2 hour. I don't normally see that.
Way up there.
That means, wow. Just so you can see here, the other times that this, if this closes with this H turns red, last time we had this drop, sometimes we have these drops. Like the drops from those H's can be pretty brutal.
All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this trade. I am now at break even for the day.
Well, I'm definitely staying in the short. Removing my stop. It's just going to be gone for just Going for broke. Kidding. Not going to do that.
I don't like the lack of momentum on this. It still has me a little worried that we could very quickly and very easily reverse right out of this.
Right.
So I may still end up with a couple $100 in loss today, but I'm not ready to move my stop down just yet.
Bounce signal on the 1 minute incoming. That means we could bounce up to 23.8 before rolling back over. Let's see here. Mike Moore, I'm out, made 150. Way to go.
All right. Nice.
Fantastic.
That's all you need. Just make a little bit.
Now keep it. That's the part I have a problem with, Mike. Keeping it.
Lock out. It's all about daily profit at the end of the day. Okay, cool. That's starting to look a little invalidated. We hit a lower. No, that's the same price actually. Shoot. Come on. If we're going to do it, let's do it.
I almost want to add to my short. Nope.
I thought about that for a second. I was like, should I add a fourth leg? I'm not confident enough. The momentum's not there. I'd like to see a little bit more velocity behind these moves before I would want to add a fourth or fifth leg.
But it's exactly when you're not confident enough that you should take the trade.
Nah, I don't like that rule. That's
the closer you are to danger, the further you are from harm.
Why are you trying to blow my account up, Tom? Mike Moore says that part, know when to leave. Exactly. It's been a challenge for me. I have gotten much better lately, at least this week, about just leaving the profit on the table when I get past the $500 mark for the day. See, I don't like this. That's 3 candles now that are starting to form to the upside.
But as long as we're below the 50-minute VWAP, I'm fine with that, which is currently at 23.812 and trending down.
It's that low though that makes me think we continue here. That wick low,
right?
But
right.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's always fun when the closes are higher but the lows are lower.
Yeah.
Okay. 42 seconds for a close. I'll take it.
On the 15.
No, the 1 minute candle.
Oh, 1 minute. Sorry. I was going to say, I got so focused on nursing this trade that I didn't even realize where we were on time. 8:11, 3:23 left on the 15-minute candle. Looking at the 2-hour chart, I like this so much more now. This is really starting to push a little bit further. I want to see it head down to the 700 level, but I may not get what I want. Interestingly, volatility is so low from the open here. ATR is around 23, that the ATR trailing stop is way up here at 874. I am definitely going to be taking profits well before that. No, thank you. Okay, that was a lower wick as well. Just keep an eye on these candles.
It's always these last 2 candles before the 50-minute close. That's tells the story.
Yep. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We dug out of the hole, and now we're in profit on all of my accounts for the day.
Way to go. I'm telling you, Peter and I joke about it all the time. It's you do this move where you're down, and then for some reason being down, now you're going to succeed. It's always the messages after. It's always, I got out of the hole. I got out of the hole.
I feel like that is a common saying of mine. I would like to not be in the hole, but I seem to be wrong almost always. So until there's enough confirmation, it probably tells me I need to be better about avoiding the first 15 minutes of the session. But
or get in the hole as soon as you can.
you can't keep a good man down.
That's right.
That was a lower wick. It's starting to look like an engulfing bullish candle.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that guy. Nah. All right, so I'm going to move my stop down to 804, only because I'm interested in where these two candles are starting to form. They're starting to look like they could form a reversal. As I move my regression trend inside of the previous regression trend, it'll sort of tell me whether we're going to break out of this trend, but I want to use that as the guide. So I'm trying to keep my stop just far enough away to not get wicked out, but also wait long enough to get confirmation that this is the reversal.
Right.
And so far, maybe not. 30 seconds left in this 1 minute candle. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, new low. So that invalidates that reversal. Excellent looking on the 15-minute chart. We got 9 seconds left and we're on the 55 EMA. We've just continued to push below that. I think momentum looks like it's picking up to the downside now.
Yep. I mean, the case for the bulls are, I mean, good luck with that.
That's done. Nice downtrend. What a great trade today.
All right. Well, I'm willing to leave that there.
I think I will as well. I'm basically at, yep, there we go. So 502 on the bigger accounts, 227 on the smaller accounts. I'd like to just take it there and leave the session. I might have a couple more scalping trades throughout the session, trying to pick up a few more little $40 wins here and there. It's probably too early for me to have gotten out of that trade. That definitely violated my rules of getting out, but I know we like to close up the stream after about an hour of being on, and we'll move on for our day from here. Anything else you want to cover here, Tom? I think that was a good session here.
Yeah, that was great. Just a message from Mike Moore, who says he has a sell limit at 23,771. So I'll be sure to look at the charts later on to see how that paid off. We'll be back on Tuesday. Same bat news, same bat channel.
Man, keeps going.
Yeah.
Peter says elbow cough, which I now know means this.
All right. Ciao, folks. Happy trading.
Cheers, everyone.